Hey girl, hey. It's me, Kay-otic Tea, back with some commentary. That was good. I like that one, baby. I like that one. But anyways, you guys, we're back today with another video. Today we are talking about Baddies USA Chapter 2, Episode 2. Sorry, I couldn't think of what the episode was. All right, guys, so I know I'm late, but let's go ahead and get straight into it. Today, we are back with another recap and a little bit of commentary about Baddies USA Chapter 2, Episode 2. So, we start back with Summer and Dolly fighting again. We've been there, done that, we've seen that. The conversation that was had after the fight was over was more of what I was kind of like interested in, because Lex and Dolly are talking and Natalie and Rolly walk in and they're basically saying how the big three is done. It's a wrap. Finito. It's over with. So, okay, actually, let me say this first. Natalie starts saying how what really got to Summer was when Dolly was saying from baddie to blogger. And Dolly is she's such a copy paste. Like, everything she says is somebody else says. Like, she never has her own original sayings. Lex is the first one to say that baddie to blogger thing. So, and then like even with Still Pretty and On My Mama and all this and that, like she took all that, like she takes her personality from Lex and Summer so much. And it's just really annoying. Like, at this point, I'm really hoping that this is Dolly's last season, because she really don't bring nothing. Like, she don't bring anything. I don't know if it's just me. Maybe it's just me. Natalie is sitting there talking about from baddie to blogger. I've never heard that. Yeah, you did, because Blex said it first. Summer's walking to her car talking about she don't understand what Dolly's problem is, and this and that. Girl, you know exactly what Dolly's problem is. You talk too much. And even when somebody knock your face off, you continue to talk. So it's like, that's her problem. You understand that that's her problem. You know that's her problem. And you're saying that they're jealous and this and that. Like, I mean, I don't know. Dolly does copy you a lot, so maybe she is jealous. But I really don't think that's the issue. I think the real issue is that you talk a lot and you expect not to get touched. And it's always funny to see Summer leave from any fight, because she came in on the show so ready to just get down with whoever and whatever and do whatever. And it's just like, now all of a sudden, because you got people who can really fight coming after you a lot, you hands off. You don't want no parts of that. You all trying to get up in the car and get up out of there. Okay. Just learn your lesson and stop talking, girl. Just let it go. I mean, your face done been severely messed up by Tasiki, by Lex, by the security guard. Girl, just let it go. Learn to stop talking so people will stop hitting you in your face. So Lex and Dolly and Natalie and Rolly, they go in and they start talking. And Lex is basically saying that they could have had this civilized conversation before any of them ever got into a fight. But to be honest with you, I don't see the civilized conversation. Zeus must have cut out a lot, because it all seemed very like they really wanted to fight. So while they're talking about it being just way too far gone for Summer and Dolly and Lex to really even get back to being the big three again, Natalie mentions that Summer had said something about her nanny having breast cancer. Now, Summer, I really hope that she did not say that, because that is a horrible thing to say. And it just shows how gutter and trash Summer is, really, to be honest, because it's a lot of life you could live to be just, not the best person or not being brought up in the best situation. But when you get to a certain age, it's like you should know right from wrong and what not to say and what not to do. Like, it's one thing to talk about these girls and talk about them being jealous or mad or they wigs or whatever, this and that. But it's a whole other thing to talk about somebody being sick with something as serious as cancer. And then on top of that, you yourself have lost your mother and your father. I don't know what circumstance she lost them under, but at the same time, you've lost people in your life that are important. And you would say something like that. Like, I really try to just be indifferent to Summer, but I don't like Summer. Like, I just don't like her at all. All right, so now we move on to the cabaret girls. We got Showgirl Neek, Miss Egypt, Wet Wet, and Amber. So it starts off with just Neek and Egypt, and basically Neek is explaining how Natalie has made her the cabaret captain, which I find a little weird. I really wonder if Jocelyn is like steaming in her boots about this, because what you mean the cabaret girl? That's my thing. Like, get up out of here with that. So they're talking, and Neek is basically trying to fill out the vibes to find out if her girls are going to be sticking together against the baddies, or if they're going to, fall apart. Like, I can understand her wanting a united front, because, like, the baddies are crazy, and you really don't know who has beef with who, or who don't like you, or why they don't like you, and this and that. So really, it's smart to want to go in and have each other's back. All right, so then Wet Wet comes in, and it's kind of basically revealed that her and Egypt have a problem. But I feel like Zeus should have done a better job of kind of like giving more backstory, because throughout the whole episode, it's kind of like, what? Like with new girls, or existing girls and new girls. If you didn't watch Now That's TV, or if you didn't watch other shows, you might not know why some of these girls are beefing. So I watched Jocelyn's Cabaret, and I didn't know that Egypt and Wet Wet were beefing. So if there's some type of outside something, or something that happened on social media, they really need to like talk about that, or like give a little bit of a backstory, because it's really nothing really explained. So, but they're meeting up, they're talking, and then all of a sudden the dark cloud rolls in, Amber Ali. And it's like, okay. And she walks in, and Wet Wet is talking about her, but she just bomb on Wet Wet. She hear her name and bomb on her. And it's like, girl, like, did you wait to see what was the conversation about, or what was going on? Like, you just gonna beat this girl up? And I get Wet Wet is annoying, but like every time you see her, Amber, like, it's unnecessary. When they were on Deja Vu together on Now That's TV, they were fighting a lot, but I feel like Amber Ali does that because she know that she could whoop Amber. If anybody else was talking like that, or anybody else was saying her name, I bet you if Egypt was saying her name when she walked in, she wouldn't have bombed on Egypt. Like, so, she, not to say that she not gonna press the line with people, but it's like she press it more with Wet Wet, with no conversation, no talking, no nothing, because she already know that Wet Wet ain't no competition, and she gonna do, she just gonna whoop her, and that's gonna be that. So after that, we move back to Natalie and Rolly having their trio conversations, and they're talking to Fauna, Co-Killer, and what's that girl name? Oh my god, Kay-otic. Yeah. So they're talking to them, and I honestly liked how that situation went. I felt like they, because they were friends at a point, they heard each other out, and they told each other how they felt, and then, accountability was taken, and they were able to hug and move on from the situation. I still feel like Co-Killer might feel a little bit of a way, because supposedly Kay-otic had took their little problems to the internet more than once. I didn't know about this. I only knew about what happened after the reunion, this past reunion. I didn't know any other time. So if I was Kay-otic, I'd be feeling the type of way too, because if we supposed to be friends, you don't take nothing to the internet. You talk to me about it, and let that be that. Now, if I'm going to be honest, and I'm going to really clock it, when Fauna fights, Co-Killer jumps in sometimes. When Co-Killer fights, Fauna jumps in sometimes. And I feel like during the reunion, if at any point you're going to jump in, you should jump in when your friend is getting beat up. And Kayotic was getting beat up. Like, Tinker was really taking her through there. And for me personally, I'm gonna need my friend to come stop it, to come do something, because I'm getting worked over here. Like, so I definitely think that I can understand not wanting Kayotic to take it to the internet, but at the same time, it's like, y'all didn't really have her back as good as y'all should have. Like, I feel like, it should have been more jumping in for Kayotic, regardless of what the pact was, or we only jump in Tavy or this or that. Like, y'all could have gave Tinka a little bit, or at least broke it up, or did something like something. Nothing was done, and I could see how Kayotic could be mad about that. All right, now we spin back to the Cabaret girls, and next up is Miss Kanaya. And the first thing she says is, they done let a real classy bitch up in here. Excuse me, ma'am. Do you not know what show you're on? Listen, see, this is my problem with Kanaya. She always want to be classy and mature and all these things. Baby, that's not what we looking for, okay? Who you finna fight? All right? Who you about to fight? And I don't want to hear no conversations or no explanations or no reinterpretations. Girl, put up your dukes. See, and I really like Kanaya. I really, really, really like Kanaya. But I don't want to see your classy ass on Baddies. I want to see you, like, I don't know. I don't know. But, and I get it. I can appreciate it, but I would appreciate her on a show like The Real Housewives or something like that, because I feel like she can, really get down verbally, and she can read you, and she can shade you, and she could give you the faces and the side eyes and the, the little little mink, 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 verbally. But she doesn't want to fight. And that's okay. You don't have to fight. But if you're going to be on Baddies, you're going to have to fight. So, nah. I don't know if this is going to be the show for her. But again, I do really like Kanaya. And I'm talking crazy about her, but I do like her. I don't know what it gives on Baddies, though. So, we'll see. So, Nick is back to trying to, rally the Cabaret girls and get them to stick together and whatnot. And Hearns and I have their little back and forth about their history on Jocelyn's Cabaret. And I feel Zanaya, as far as she's kind of just saying, like, you gave me questionable energy on that other show, so I don't know if I should stick with you on this show. Because, like, it's hard to trust the girls that you've had fights with. Like, I could not do a reality show. I couldn't do Baddies. I couldn't do none of that. I could fight. And that's the problem. You're never going to get me to stop. Like, if you fight me, ain't no we going to the club after to do a little 1-2. Oh, it's business. Oh, no. We beefing forever. I'm Cardi B. Like, we gonna be forever. Like, there's nothing that's gonna get me to be cool with you now that we've had a fight. So I can understand Kanaya for wanting to being kind of weary of the girls. Like, I get it. So while they're talking, and I respect Nick's point of view as well, she's basically saying that, I never tried to give you that energy, and, but now, regardless of whatever happened over there, we're here now, so what y'all trying to do? I can respect it, because y'all gotta, y'all know each other, and y'all don't know nobody else. So if you gonna stick together, you might as well stick with the people that you know, I guess, if that's the way you want to think about it, which is nothing wrong with that. But Egypt makes it clear, baby, I don't like Kanaya, and I don't care, and that's that. And I'm not peace treating with her for nothing. And again, why? I don't remember Kanaya and Egypt having a problem on Jocelyn's Cabaret last season. But, I'm sure there was some type of internet back and forth, or from what I heard, Kanaya and Chinks from Jocelyn's Cabaret are real tight, and Chinks and Egypt was real beefing. So I guess that's kind of why they might have beef. But I mean, whatever the case, Egypt wasn't having it. So while Kanaya and Nick are kind of going back and forth, Egypt kind of puts her 2 cents in. Is like, no, I'm not being cool with her. I'm not none of that. So then they start going back and forth, Egypt and Kanaya. So Egypt is like, basically, I don't like you and this and that. Kanaya's like, well, if you don't like me, stop talking to me, stop talking to me, stop talking to me. And she like, oh, and you said you was gonna slap me. Slap one of these other hoes. Slap somebody else. Slap somebody else. Egypt like, I am gonna slap you. Get up. Whack, slap her. Before she gets slapped, Kanaya's like, keep her away from me. Keep her, don't come near me. Don't. This is what I'm talking about. Kanaya, why are you know where you at. Ain't no keep her away from me. Security will stop you from getting demolished, maybe, unless you're Summer. But they will help you, but you're going to have to get in the field. Like, I don't understand what you thought this was. So Egypt smack her, and then, they get to tussling. Security break it up, and then security gets out the way, and Kanaya looks like a lost puppy over there. Like, where is my security? Somebody find me security. Like, she do not want no parts of Egypt. So she starts whipping her wig at Egypt, like whipping it, like, come on, like, you weird, you're a loser. But she whipping his wig, but she not getting close enough to Egypt to really, like, get no work in. And Egypt like, what the fuck? Like, why is you smacking me with this wig? So they fighting. So security breaks that round up because they kind of actually get a little contact. And I cannot stand a lean back ass bitch. Like, why are you leaning back? Kanaya's leaning back the whole fight because, clearly she don't want to get hit in her face. But girl, again, why are you here? Like, just fight. So she ends up getting probably a pretty good hit on Egypt because the security got Egypt, like, clanked down, like she can't move. So then there's a little stripper pole stage in the area where they're meeting at, and Kanaya climbs up on there. I guess her objective is to try to get a higher ground over Egypt, because obviously Egypt is bigger than her. So, that's the only advantage that she could really get, because they're about the same height, but obviously Egypt is a bigger girl. So, Kanaya gets up on the stage. Child, Egypt hop right up there. Like, what you think? Like, you the only one that can get up there? You got some secret stairs to the stage that Egypt ain't got? So they both up there, they get to fighting, and Kanaya leaning back. She doing this weird little, like, sideways kind of stance. I don't quite understand it. I don't know what she trying to get at here, but then they get to fighting again. Now, the thing is, when you're on a higher ground and you're fighting, if you're going to be getting beat up like you've been, you're going to be the one falling off the stage, girl. Like, that higher ground was not an advantage for you, because now you get knocked off the stage. So as the fight continues on, what I kind of noticed about Egypt is that she's a hair puller. I didn't really realize that before. But seeing her fight on Jocelyn's Cabaret, I don't remember her pulling hair that much. And I really didn't expect that of her, because I feel like she was one of the heavy hitters from Jocelyn's Cabaret. So in my mind, heavy hitters don't pull hair so much. And she was really tugging at Kanaya's hair. So I was just kind of like, what's going on? Which was getting annoying, because to me that was just slowing down the fight. Like, let this girl up so y'all can fight. Like, you're gonna win. Like, just let her up. Like, but security kept having to jump in because Kanaya was, girl, waved the white flag. Okay, she was not trying to have nothing to do with getting her hair pulled. So, every time Egypt put her hair too hard, she just get the curling up and grab it onto her hair, and she don't want to get her hair pulled out, which is understandable, because I wouldn't want to get my hair pulled out either. From the root? No, not me, child. Not from the root. And I also noticed that Egypt is really aggressive towards everybody around her. So, like, even her friend, like, Meek is trying to, like, talk to her or give her a bonnet or, whatever. And she just snapping off on everybody. And, like, I don't know. It was a little bit unnecessary, but, you can't really, when somebody mad, y'all, just stay out that way. So after they're done fighting, Neek continues their peace treaty conversation. And I'm not gonna lie, I respect Neek for that, because she could have just been like, all right, you don't like my girl, I don't like you, we don't like each other, like, boom, like, and just let it ride. But basically, she like, we going into the baddies, which they talk about the baddies, I guess, like it's, the Iraqs of the world. Like, they really talk like they going to war. So eventually, Kanaya just goes ahead and agrees. Egypt still ain't with it, so she walks out. But I just respect Neek for trying to hold her girls together, the girls that they came in with, because if it's a war zone, child, you need people to have your back. But at the end of the day, it's given none of them trust each other. So now we're to the day that everybody's been waiting for, rehearsal, aka fight night. It starts out with Natalie and Lemmy letting everybody know that they're going to Coachella, which, two finger touching, Natalie. I guess you're doing your little thing out there. And one thing I will say is these girls need to stop wearing these colorful wigs. Like, I'm not gonna lie, not that some of them are not cute sometimes, but like, when you wear these colored wigs, the hair quality just goes down and down the more you wear them. And I just feel like this pink wig on Natalie looks terrible, and it's nappy and matted up, but that's neither here nor there. So let's move on. So she's talking to Rolly, letting her know, like, okay, this is what we got to do, blah, blah, blah. And you can see sneaky little pressure in the background over there. Sneaky little pressure, taking her little wig off. Getting ready to try to pounce on Rolly, girl. So she tried to swing on Rolly, but, security stops it. And I'm guessing that Rolly is on some type of injury reserve because of her arm and everything popping open and whatnot. But pressure seems to not care. We also, in the building, we got pretty much, I saw everybody. Tasiki, Mariah, Ivory, even though Ivory wasn't in this episode, but she was there for that scene, but she didn't have no confessionals or nothing. And then you got Persuasion. She came in, child, greased up to the gods, boy. She was just greasy. So I honestly didn't know that that Persuasion had any beef with anybody. So again, Zeus got to do better about making sure that we, the audience, understands the beefs, because Pressure's coming greased up, and the only person I know that she has an issue with is Summer, but I don't see Summer anywhere in this scene, so I don't know. We got the Cabaret girls up in there, child. They look spooked. They look scared for their life. They backs against the wall, and every last one of them back dead against the wall. Like, they are watching. They're looking. They are ready for war, child. So while Rolly and Pressure are going back and forth, Persuasion jumps in and starts talking crazy to Pressure. And I'm like, when did that beef happen? Like, there's so many beefs. I don't know what's what for real. Like, at this point, it's getting real confusing. And again, we got the Cabaret girls kind of just sitting off to the side looking confused. And Egypt is kind of like, this is too much going on up in here, And I'm like, girl, wasn't you in prison before? Don't you, know the deal? Like, ain't this, you should be used to this type of environment. Am I wrong, or what's going on with that? Girl, you should feel right out. So Amber Ali walks past Wet Wet, and she hears Wet Wet saying something to her, saying something to Kanaya. And apparently it's about her, and she just goes off. So she bomb on Wet Wet, like boop 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 boop, bing bing boom bop bing. And then she, for some odd reason, she walks out of the rehearsal. She walks outside and she's like, oh my God, I gotta get better. I gotta get well. I got asthma, and I got glaucoma, and I got arthritis in my big toe, and my acid reflux is flaring up on me. Also, I have an ear infection. Like, girl, you got all the ailments. Like, calm down. Nobody's after you. It's okay. Like, you don't got to use Wet Wet as a diversion to get loose from everybody. Like, it is all good. But that turns into a whole scene with them getting into it, and Wet Wet starts like dancing and twerking and just doing too much. Like Wet Wet is annoying. Like, don't get me wrong, I think that Amber could stall her out sometimes and just let her live, but I could see why somebody would want to pop Wet Wet every now and again. Like, girl, shut up. Like, just give her a little flick of the lip. Like, shut up, girl. Stop talking so much about nothing. Because she went on doing that for about 15 minutes of the show, and I didn't like it. So then you see Ciroc over by Tavi, or Tavi, baby. And, she wants to get her ones back in from, I guess, Tavi jumping her or whatever. And they have like a little short-term scuffle. Like, it's not even like, it's not even long-term. Like, can we get a long-term scuffle? Like, what's going on here? So, the couple of seconds that they get to fight, I would have to give the edge to Ciroc, because what I will say about Ciroc is that at least she fights with her head up. Like, her head is up during this fight, and Tavi's head is down, and she's just flopping around. She got the worst square up I ever seen in my life. It's so stiff and so, not organic. Like, she just don't really, like, the square up is trash. Like, she got to work on that. Like, she needs to get some lessons or something, because so maybe Tasiki needs to teach her, because it's ugly. Her square up is like, oh my God. I wish y'all could see my little square up right now, but it's bad. It's terrible. So Diamond just up there, just performing with no music, talking about, gotta take my wig off and fight with my braids. Like, she's just up there. And then we have Fauna and Tavi getting ready to fight. And for Fauna to have at one point in life been law enforcement, I would think she could fight a little bit better. I ain't gonna lie. Like, she's not the worst. When she first started in her first season, I thought she could fight a little bit better, but she's not really giving fighter. It seemed like she was trying to at least fight Tavi with her head up this time, but she be fighting with her head down too. And Tavi came up in there with her head down, and then all of a sudden you see Cold Killer come on the side, with her little usher, and so she could get, and she tries to get a hit in on Tavi, which I'm not mad at, but at the same time, y'all wasn't giving that same energy with Kayotic at the reunion, so it's a little iffy. And I love Cold Killer. That is my girl, but I just don't feel like the energy was the same. And at this point, it's turned into a little melee, because now Ciroc trying to get to Cold Killer, and you can see different people trying to get to other, like Camila is there too, so she's up kind of like away from everybody else. And you could tell she really don't want no action with nobody. She's sitting in the cut, like being really, really quiet. So then you see Tinka trying to sneak Camila, and Camila is not having it. She's trying to get away. So she walks away, and she's talking about, look at me, I'm a boss. And she like pointing at her outfit and stuff. And Camila like, girl, I have to be honest. I have to tell it how I see it. I do love Camila. She was one of my favorites on her Bad Girls Club season. But, girl, why are you here? Why is you here, ho? Like, go back home. You want to come and you want to look pretty, and you want to talk about I got kids and all this other type of stuff, which is all great. That all makes absolute perfect sense. But if that's the case, then don't come here. Like, stay at your house and do that. Let the girls who want to be here, regardless of whether they have kids or whether they bosses or whatever, let them come do the fighting. If you're too old at this point, just hang it up. Like, it's not mandatory that you come and do this. And is it just me, or does Camila dress like a 7th grader from the 90s? Is it just me? I don't know. The dresses with the tennis shoes, like, very cute. And I would still suggest that for a youngster, going on their way to the mall or something. But not an almost 40-year-old boss, girl. Get your get your gear game up, okay? Get your gear game up. But when Cold Killer sees Tinka trying to fight Camila, you know, she hop over there and she like, all right, you know, yeah, usher, let me get my ones, you know, usher. So she get up in there and then they start fighting. And, you know, Cold Killer got a lot of heart. She don't care. She gonna get in the paint with Tinka every time, even though Tinka is way bigger than her. And, you know, I can respect it. So while they fighting, you can hear Amber Ali in the back. She finally come back in, child. I guess her asthma done unflared itself and her acid reflux done went down and her glaucoma is clearing up. So she back in the building and she said, bring E.T. over here. Let E.T. come over here. And I'm like, E.T.? Amber Ali and E.T.? I be missing stuff because I don't know. I don't be in the mix all the time. So I definitely be missing stuff, or I just be forgetting about stuff because it be like years in the making for some of these fights, and you know these girls haven't seen each other, so it's like hard to kind of keep up with that because new stuff is happening all the dang time. All right, so now we got persuasion versus pressure, and I'm looking at it right now while it's going. It's really giving tie because they both just kind of just hitting each other at random. They kind of have a similar style of fight. Like Pressure fights with her head back, but she's long, so her arms are like, you know, she can connect if she really tries to. But Pressure is a windmiller, and Pressure's too big to not be able to fight because she can't fight either. And Persuasion can't really fight either, but I feel like she would fight somebody better if they were her same height. Pressure is really nobody as tall as Pressure, so she would just be fighting she be fighting all type of girls that be smaller than her, and she be getting whooped. I'm like, girl, you are too big to be out here getting whooped. Like, stop it, girl. Get you some lessons. Come on now. So while Diamond's still up there talking about she got to take her wig off and she fighting with her braids, then we got it cutting to Camila and E.T. getting a little round in. I guess, I don't know, they didn't square up or they didn't show them square up. I'm assuming that E.T. might have snuck her, but Camila was getting E.T. a little bit. She was getting there. She at least got the wig off. And then, child, you can see her outfit a little bit more clearly. Like, girl, these tennis shoes with these socks, like, Camila is from LA. And me too, child. I'm from LA. So I understand like the vibe, the dress or whatever. And, you know, that's what we do. We wear tennis shoes with dresses and, you know, but it's not cute. I don't like it. Not for this. This is not the right setting for that. Like, I don't know. Maybe I might be too judgy. Maybe I'm being too judgy. I'm gonna stop being so judgy. So now E.T. is in her confessionals, and one thing I can't stand to watch is E.T. in the confessional. Oh my gosh, she's so awkward. She's like trying to play the role. I don't know if she's trying to play cute and tough for what, I'm not sure, but I don't like it at all. She just gives awkward vibes. The only one more awkward than her, or just as awkward as her, is Big Legs. I don't like her confessionals either. And so in E.T.'s confessional, she's saying that Camila stumped her out at the Baddies Caribbean reunion. I don't remember that. I remember definitely when Tasiki was whooping on E.T. and she body slammed her to the ground, and then everybody kind of jumped on top of them. But I don't remember specifically Camila stomping her out. So I will have to go back and watch that, which I actually did watch that just recently, and I don't remember seeing that. So now we back to Cold Killer and Tinka. And guess who asked to get tagged in? Fauna. Okay? Fauna, why are you asking to get tagged in? I've never seen you fight Tinka before, if I'm mistaken. If I'm mistaken, you guys, comment down below. Let me know, you know, when that happened. Because why would you need to get tagged in for Cold Killer and Tinka? That's their own beef. That's their own fight. You don't have no beef with her. So if it was that easy to tag in for Cold Killer, y'all should have been tagging in for Kayotic at the reunion. Okay? I'm confused on why that wasn't a thing. Like, why is it a thing now, but at the reunion it wasn't? Child, if I was Kayotic, I'd be mad too. Okay? Reiterate that one. And I feel like Fauna did okay, but when that big old Triceratops start charging at you, it's hard to, ain't nothing you can do when Tinker Tops. I'm gonna start calling her Tinker Top, because what when child what I don't she when she charged you, it's over with. So the head up was okay. I feel like Fauna is trying to be too quick with her punches, which is good. You want to be quick, but you so focused on being quick, you not landing none of them. Okay, you not hitting nothing. Okay, you gotta hit something. Okay, and you ain't hitting nothing. So I think her little sweep through punches are not working. She needs to figure out a way to get low and, kind of like, I don't want to say ram into Tinker, because Tinker's too big for that, but she gotta try to figure out some angles to stick and move, because she is faster than Tinker, so that's her advantage. She gotta move quicker as far as her feet, not her hands, and she gotta use her angles, because otherwise Tinker just gonna bum rush her, and that's gonna be the end of that. Then we cutting back to Camila and E.T. and Camila is peace treating, talking about we too pretty to fight and this and that, and E.T. talking about I looked up to you. Like, okay, whatever. I guess, child. Like, I ain't about to tell nobody that I'm trying to fight that I looked up to them, child. Ain't none of that, okay? We beefing, okay? I didn't look up to you. I don't like you. I don't like you now. I didn't like you then. We don't like each other, all right? So, but that's what they doing over there. And I'm a petty boots, okay? So I'm not trying to apologize. I'm not trying to talk it out. I'm not trying to figure out nothing if we've already fought, or if I already feel like it's gone too far and hands got to be put on somebody. So I definitely feel like if they don't feel like it's too far, then, it's okay for them to talk it out. All right, so then we got Mariah on the stage. She tries to hit DJ Sky in the face with a microphone because DJ Sky tried to jump her at another Baddies event. It wasn't on the show, but it was on stage. So Mariah is on that. She's trying to get back, her get back. And I completely understand DJ Sky. You can't fight either, okay? You can't fight. And not only can you not fight, you don't want to fight. You let people smack you, sock you, flip you, and bop you, and you don't do nothing. So yeah, get her, Mariah. She don't even want to fight back. She don't even get her lick back. You know what? Maybe that's mean. But no, if you gonna start all this mess, if you gonna try to jump somebody, if you gonna be talking about, do you need that? Do you need that? Because that's what she was doing at the other event. If you gonna ask people if they need that, when they try to get that, you need to give it to them. What is we talking about? Get in the paint, DJ Sky. But anyway, so yeah, that pretty much goes nowhere because security breaks that up. All right, so then it cuts to Lex, and she's like stalking around, like she's just looking, and she peeping the scene and whatnot. And then I guess she sees Camila. Now, I don't know if that's her most like pressed fade that she needs to get, but she's on that with Camila right now. And of course, Camila's trying to talk it out because she really don't want to fight. And then basically, in her confessionals, Lex is like, you was talking all that big bad wolf stuff on the internet. Won't you talk that now? Also, talk about my terrible taste in clothes as well while I'm in my confession. No, y'all. She didn't say that. But I'm saying that. Her clothing is terrible. Lex needs a stylist or something like, I don't know. That little army green fatigue little number with the glitter and the eye makeup. It's giving 1998 8th grader. Like, I'm confused. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. So she ends up making her way to Camila, and they are going back and forth a little bit. And basically from then it just goes downhill. So they're yapping. She gets up there and then she like Lex, because Camila's up on like a little pedestal thing. So Lex gets up there and she just goes at Camila, and the fight starts off decent. Like, you could tell Camila's like fighting her back, but then once security breaks it up, Camila's trying to now avoid being hit. Like, I'm all for, protecting your face and whatnot, but if you're in a fight, it's not about that no more. Like, you're gonna have to, G up and take some of them hits. Like, put your guards up, put your hands up, and take some of them punches. Like, just block, keep your hands up and block and get close, because Lex is long. Her advantage is her reach. She is going to get you every time with that reach unless you go in. Like when Ivy was fighting Lex, Ivy don't care. She'll take a hit or two, but she'll just go in and bum rush you and, body slam Lex on the ground, and that'll be that. Like, but everybody else is so wanting to avoid getting hit. You can't try to avoid getting hit. It's a fight. Like, go in there with a plan. They don't be having no plan. So Camila's sitting on top of like a little gate thing, and she's like kicking at Lex. Girl, once she gets her hands on you, you're going over the gate. You better stop. Like, so she ends up, she does that like 2 or 3 times. Lex finally gets loose, and then she kind of like bum rushes Camila over the gate. Now, they don't fall over the gate, but her back is like hanging over the back of the gate, and then she has a high ponytail, and Lex get that ponytail, get the uppercutting. Security grabs her up. Her feet are up, so now she's kicking. Kick Camila in her face. Camila get the bleeding out the side of her face. Now she's crying and she's carrying on. And I got kids and this and that and all of this. And Biggie and Tasiki is going after her and trying to help her, because they had all got cool back on Baddies Caribbean and whatnot. So that part, like, I didn't want to see Camila get beat up. And I don't know how it would have went if security didn't, get in where they got in. It probably still would have went bad. I'm not going to even sit here in front. But I didn't want to see that. And the only way to avoid seeing that, Camila, is for you to not be there. Like, talk your ish on Twitter, all that. And I don't know why that makes Lex so mad, because everybody's talking about her. Like, so why does it make you so mad that Camila is specifically talking about you? Like, it's commentary. People getting on the internet and they talking. That's what everybody does. You can't be in this field if you can't take being talked about. It's really, really weird. All right, so last fate of the night, we got Persuasion and ET again. Like I said, I don't even know where that beef came from, but it's given, the fight wasn't that good. I don't know. I think ET is kind of losing her sauce in these fights, because she been getting beat up too. Like, she was getting beat up on That Ass TV. She getting beat up over here. But I mean, I'm not going to say Persuasion beat her up, but like, the fight started and then it went off, and now it's, on a cliffhanger or whatever. But even just how she fights, the way she was fighting Tasiki the first time at the reunion, she's still fighting like that, like with her little, I don't know, like the way she throw her punches is just weird to me. And we see how they got her done on Caribbean, so it seemed like she would try to do something different, try to find some different angles, or swing some different swings, because what you're doing is not working. It's not going to work against a heavy hitter or somebody that's bigger than you. You're going to need some better moves than that. And that's just, that on that. It's really, I didn't get to see the whole fight, but you guys, so basically, yeah, that's pretty much my commentary on that. There has been some little things circulating around, some stuff with Big Lex. She's been doing reviews on the show, so I might do a little video about the behind the scenes or the aftermath type stuff. So yeah, you guys, that's pretty much it. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know what you think about the video. If you guys think I should do anything different, if there's anything better, if there's other stuff you guys want to hear about, let me know, because I definitely plan on not just talking about baddies. I'm going to be talking about pop culture news, things like that. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I'm also working on some graphics for you guys, okay? Like, I'm going to try to get some lives, and I'm going to try to post some pictures within the video while I'm talking about the girls. I'm just, this is my first couple videos here, so I'm just getting it all figured out for you guys. Let me know what you guys want to see, what you guys want to talk about, what you guys want to hear about, and we will see you guys in the next video. Bye.